Hello viewers, I am Kumar, Assistant Professor, Department of English, Government College of Engineering, Tirunelveli. In this video, we are going to discuss on statement of purpose. So the main objective of this presentation is to make you understand what is meant by statement of purpose and how to write an effective statement of purpose. So, a statement of purpose is commonly known as SOP. An SOP is an essay that highlights a candidate's intention of applying for admission in foreign universities. A good SOP should reflect a candidate's personality and it is a bridge between the candidate's past experience and the future goals. Okay, so suppose if you wish to go for your PG programs in foreign universities, so it is mandatory to submit your SOP during the admission process. So submitting an SOP is an important step in the admission process. Okay, so there are various aspects in an SOP. So you should know the various aspects and which you should understand before writing it. You should know how to prepare a well balanced SOP. Okay, it is used during the admission process. Okay, it is usually an essay that is submitted by the candidates to an institution. Okay, once you submit the SOP, it is reviewed by the admission panel, and usually that admission committee view or review your content of your SOP. So in your content, you may have your career plan, your interest, your professional contributions, goals, and the reason why you have selected a particular course or a particular program or a particular institution for your study. So in simpler words, you can say the SOP is your first introduction to the university as an applicant, and it communicates your personality, your intention, and your goal to the selection committee of a university. Okay, so the SOP has become a deciding factor for getting an admission in your preferred institution. Okay, the SOB means it is nothing but an essay, okay, that explains a candidate's intention to study in a particular institution, intention to study a particular course in an institution, and it is the SOB is going to be reviewed by the selection or admission committee. Okay, so this is what an SOB is. Okay, next we will see the importance of SOP. See, an SOB allows you to highlight your overall personality to the university. Suppose if you have a weak profile, okay, you may be an average student in your schools or in your UG degree, but that is not a problem. If you have if you are able to write a good SOB, good statement of purpose, okay, it may compensate your weak profile. Okay, so through your SOP, you can highlight your ambitions, your future goals. Okay, so it may compensate your weak profile. Okay, and also the university assess the candidates present plans and their ambitions rather than dwelling on the candidates performance in the past. Okay, so you can a good profile, sorry, a good statement of purpose can compensate a weak student's profile. And also they will check, they will evaluate the students writing skills, the candidates writing skills. So a well written SOP reflects how well a candidate express himself or herself through using your writing skills. Okay, so this is what an SOP is so important during the admission process. And also it is a connect it is a connect between the admission committee and the student and the candidate. Okay, because the for the admission committee, you are a stranger. Okay, they don't know about your personality, your attitude, they don't know nothing about you. But through your with the help of your SOP, you can tell and you can convince them how you are good, how you are fit for their program and fit for this institution. Okay, so an SOB SOB plays a major role during the admission process. Okay, and next one is how to write a statement of purpose. Okay, so in the SOB, you may have these three four things. Okay, they are content, writing style, length, and the word limit. Okay, so in the content, okay, the purpose of statement of purpose uh, uh, is to give you more details about your academic and professional background, and highlight your accomplishments, your goals, and how you are fit for the program you have applied for. Okay, so these are the things you are going to mention in your content, right? And then the next thing is a format. Okay, so writing style. Since it is going to be used for our academic purpose, we have to use only formal language. We should not use informal language. Okay, and next one is the length of the SOB. So we can have 6 to 7 paragraphs, and it should not go not more than 2 pages. So we have to keep only 2 pages, and we can divide, we can plan our content into 6 to 7 paragraphs. Okay, and the word limit. Okay, so in some universities, they they restrict the word limit. Okay, they will tell the candidates to prepare the SOP within 800 words or 1000 words or 1200 words. Okay, suppose if they give you the word limit, so stick on to the word limit. Otherwise you can prepare your SOP within 1000 to 1500 words. Okay, and next one is the structure of uh, an SOP. Okay, so your content should be structured. Okay, we have to our SOP should be well written. Okay, it should develop a story. Okay, for that we need an introduction. So our introduction should describe our childhood, what most interested you when you were a little child, and how it shaped you as a person. Okay, so these are the things we have to tell in our introduction. And in the next para, we can talk about your undergraduate achievements, and also you can mention your current subjects, and how far your current subject pushed you towards the course. Okay, now we are going to apt. And in the next para, you can explain about your projects, internships, and trainings, and what are the things you have learned from these projects, internships, and trainings. So, and in the next para, you should let them know what you like about their university. You should let the academic committee know what you like about the university, about the course, about the program. Okay, suppose if you are aware of the particular universities research facilities, or faculties, or labs, or campus facility, or the courses they are offering. Okay, whatever you like, okay, whatever you like about the university, about the institution, you may mention in this para also, in this para. And in the next para, okay, tell them about your long term and short term goals, like where you will see yourself in 5 years. Okay, so you have to tell your short term and long term goals. And in the conclusion, okay, add how you will be a valuable asset to the university. Suppose if you are selected for the program, how you will be a valuable asset to the university and to your home country, and also to the human society overall. So these are the things. This is the structure. So first we need an introduction, and in the middle we have to talk about our achievements, our projects, and our view about the university we are going to study, and our long term and the short term goals. And also in the conclusion we have to uh, 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 inform the university how we are going to help the society. So these are the things we have to keep in our SOP. So this is the structure, right? So we should have an introduction, a middle, and an end, right? And next thing is uh, before writing an SOP, so we have to keep these 3 points in our mind. So first we have to plan well, right? So have a clear outline of our SOP, and work accordingly, right? So first we should have a clear idea of our SOP, and and it should be prepared accordingly, right? And the next thing is sharing an anecdote while preparing our SOP. Sharing an anecdote that developed your interest in your subject is a good way to build your introduction. So create pointers and categories, list your relevant achievements and expertise, and most importantly your reason for choosing the course and the university. So we have to plan well, and we have to write. And then the next thing is work on your draft. Okay, so focus on sharing your learnings and knowledge during your education and your industry experience. Okay, limit the use of technical terms, and use active voice when you are writing your SOP. If there is a gap year or an academic issue, so address them optimistically. Okay, you have to inform your gap year and your if there is any academic issues. Okay, make sure your SOP has a clear introduction and a conclusion. And the next point is remember, you should always write your SOP in reverse chronological order. Okay, so we have to work on your draft. Okay, and the next thing is, the third point is you must review before you send it. Okay, it is important to review what you have written. Okay, reanalyzing will help you correct a mistake or a vocabulary or a sentence construction, or long. Suppose if you have constructed long sentences, you can break, and if there are some grammatical issues, you can correct. Okay, so it is advised to have a review before you send your SOP. And also you can get a second opinion, maybe from your seniors or from your teachers, or from your counselor. Okay, so when you have a second opinion, you may get good feedback from the seniors and your teachers. Okay, so make sure you have proofread your SOP properly, and you have double checked your SOP before submission. So we have to review before we send our SOP. And the next point is the word limit of an SOP. So uh, ideally an SOP should have 800 to 1500 words. Okay, so uh, while writing an impactful SOP, uh, don't try to inform everything, right? See, just like you, thousands of students are going to write their SOP, and all of them going to be evaluated by the academic committee. Okay, so if you write everything, so they can't read, or they won't be impressed by your SOP. So it is better to restrict the word limit, and we have to use apt words, and we have to use relevant points, and it should be and it should not be missed in our SOP. So it is best to stick to the word limit. Sometimes the university may give you the word limit. Okay, suppose if they give you the word limit, stick on to the word limit. Otherwise, it is better you can use 800 to 1500 words. And the next thing is, you should choose your words and choose your points precisely and wisely, and write an apt essay that is easy to understand, and you should not repeat any points, or you should not exceed the word limit. Okay, so keep this word limit before writing an SOP. This is an important point we have to keep in mind while prepare an SOP. And the next point is assessment of the SOP. Okay, see, the university or the institution may expect your SOP to be unique. Okay, and it should be your own experience, and your SOP will be evaluated, and the information provided in your SOP by corresponding it to your academic details. Okay, writing an SOP true to your own experience would make a lasting impression on the admission committee. If an SOP appears to be false or fake, or copied, okay, it might get lost among other applications. Okay, so therefore, be authentic and be creative while writing your SOP. And next thing is uh, the admission committee. Um, what to include in our SOP. See, there is no definite rule or a defined rule for preparing an SOP, and there is no definite rule on what to include in our SOP or what not to include in our SOP. So the format may change. Right? So according to the course, or according to the uh, university, or according to the country, according to the study level, UG or PG. So it may vary, the format may vary. So remember, your SOP needs to be original, but at the same time it should answer the basic questions that the admission committee expects from you. Okay, so we have to convince your SOB has to convince the admission committee. So that is the thing, right? And next thing is, these are the checklist. Okay, you have to have while preparing the SOP, and also before submitting your SOP, you have to check whether I have included all these items in my SOP or not. Okay, they are personal background, academic achievements, financial background, professional experiences, immediate and long term goals, reasons for choosing a particular institution, why should you be selected for the course or a university, why are you interested in choosing the field, uh, have I included my extracurricular activities, have I informed my projects, my my awards and achievements. Okay, and also my interests and hobbies. So these are the checklist. Okay, if it is better to have this checklist before, and while preparing your checklist, right? And while preparing checklist, people do some common mistakes. Okay, like, see, most of the candidates prepare SOB at the last moment, right? Okay, when you prepare or when you do anything at the last moment, okay, you will do it in hurriedly, so there won't be no perfection, right? So it is better to start your SOP, better to start writing your SOP earlier. Okay, so once you start early, you can plan. Okay, you will have much time. So prepare well. Okay, and then submit your SOP. Okay, so don't be hurry in the last moment. And also offering false informations. Okay, so don't tell any false information in your SOP. Okay, in order to stand out, students tend to lie in their SOPs. So however, universities conduct thorough background checks on each shortlisted candidate. Therefore, it is advised to stick to the information for which you have to give evidence. Okay, so don't give any false informations. And next thing is using jargons and technical terms. Okay, so it is better not to use jargons or technical terms. Okay, so it is always better to use simple and common words. Okay, avoid technical words, new words, or hard words, right? uh, Writing an SOP in a technical language is not suggested, as it is possible that the person from the admission committee reviewing it may not be familiar with the technical terms that you are used, right? So it is recommended to keep your language simple and make a limited use of technical terms. Okay, just to explain your goals. And the next thing is using slangs and the informal language or repeated phrases. Okay, so a well written SOP doesn't include the same ideas multiple times. And further, students forget that SOP is a part of their application. Okay, application or admission process. So it should be formal. We should not use slangs or informal language, and also we should not repeat the same points, right? So thank you for your patient listening. I hope you have understand what is meant by SOP and how to write an effective SOP. Thank you for your patient listening.